Go ahead.
All right. Um, okay, so I am really excited about, yep, recorded. Yeah. um, I am really excited to share with you guys what I've been learning when it comes to attraction marketing, which is basically finding your niche. If you can find your niche, your focus of what you're going to be talking about on social media, specifically Instagram. So I want to clarify that Instagram and Facebook, their platforms are different. And Instagram is very focused on your exact niche, talking about your niche and staying focused there. Whereas Facebook is a little bit more like a lifestyle. People are just watching you and they want to laugh at funny posts or whatever. But Instagram is very much business focused. So with Instagram and nailing your niche, it's so important to get very, very specific with what you're going to be talking about on a regular basis. There's a whole methodology, there's a whole algorithm that's all involved with making the content that you post on Instagram the most, uh, what's the word? Productive, the most productive. So it can produce the most followers and the more interaction, and then that turns into sales for us. So, step one, before we talk about algorithms, before we talk about exactly how to post and what to post, um, before we talk about all that, the first thing we've got to figure out is what is our niche? What am I talking about? What is my content that I'm going to be posting on Instagram? So I wanted to go through an exercise with you guys. And what I thought I could do is I could type up, basically, it's a gaining clarity about your niche. And it's going to ask you some specific questions so that you can clarify what it is that you should start talking about, that you should start focusing in on your Instagram. So I'm going to give you an example so you kind of have an idea, but then I'll type it up and I'll post it in the chat. And I want you guys to spend all this week answering those questions and following through. It's just three. It's just three simple questions, but it's really going to help you gain some clarity and to know, actually it's four. Sorry, it's four. No, that's the sorry, that's the call to action. So it's three. So I'll give you an example really quick so that you can kind of have an idea. But if you guys take this week and really focus on these questions, take some time to answer these questions and think it through, then next Tuesday, we'll go through it together and I'll help you guys nail down your focus so that you have a focus for your Instagram, because that's step one. So I really wanted to share this with you guys and help you get to step one, which is nailing your niche, because I thought I knew what I wanted to talk about. I thought I knew what my niche was. I thought I knew who my clients were going to be. Like, that's the other thing. You kind of think about your ideal client, like, who am I talking to? And the whole idea is, how am I solving an issue? How am I helping them? And you're not going to be talking to everybody. You're only going to be talking to this one kind of person. And it seems kind of funny because you're like, shouldn't I be talking to everybody? Everybody needs what I have. But when we get specific like this, she says you have to really narrow down so that your business can expand. So you really narrow this, and it's marketing strategy. And this is what Abby Kappa is her name. And this is what she does. Like, she studies marketing strategy. And so she's like, you've got to narrow this on Instagram. And remember, I'm talking about Instagram. I'm not talking about Facebook. Facebook, we will talk about what we should be doing and posting there. But this is Instagram. This is business focus. So she's like, you really got to narrow it down. So for example, let's just gain some clarity on, okay, what should my niche be? What am I even thinking about? What am I even talking about? So the first question, or the first thing to do, is list 3 areas you have either invested in education. So maybe your major in college, maybe you've spent money educating your, getting a certificate or getting education on this specific thing. So 3 areas that you have either invested in education or self-taught yourself enough that you can now offer advice to someone else who is a beginner. So you've either studied it, read it, maybe experienced it, to where if somebody else came in and they'd never experienced that, you could give them advice and tips and information. So for example, some people have totally self-taught on how to make social media graphics, and they can teach people how to make those social media graphics. You know, that interpreter that's making all those graphics and she's selling them? What's her name? Oh, Christy. Okay. Yeah.
Christy?
Yeah.
I haven't chatted with her. I was just shocked though. I was pretty surprised. Yeah, but I haven't had a chance to really chat with her. Um, I asked her about, the designs and the graphics and things like that. And I don't know, maybe it's just a visual problem. I don't know. Like, I don't know if her designs are limited or if they
Oh,
can be
okay.
changed, but I'm
Okay.
interested in purchasing some.
But yeah, they're
I mean,
beautiful. And
they're beautiful.
yeah,
They're
and
beautiful. I
so
love looking at them.
that is a perfect niche for her. Like, she has figured out how to make beautiful social media graphics, and now she's selling the graphics, and she could probably do a little class on it and do information about it. So that's an example of a niche. Another one would be like breastfeeding tips. So a mama that has like done tons of research on breastfeeding, and she knows all the ins and outs, and she can be an encouragement to breastfeeding mamas. So she's not talking to everybody. She's only talking to pregnant and nursing mamas. That's her niche. She's doing breastfeeding tips. Another one would be pregnancy and postpartum herbal recipes or remedies, herbal remedies. So this could be a mama who's done a bunch of studies on herbal remedies, and she's helping pregnant and postpartum moms heal and strengthen up and have remedies that are herbal and natural. That's a niche. Another one could be interior design. People who know how to keep a house tidy, or know how to keep it organized, or know how to decorate just right. That's a niche. And they're going to be talking to people who are specifically interested in interior design. Another one is healthy eating tips for picky toddlers. So do you see how like specific that is? It's not just, hey, I got some healthy eating tips for you. No. That's too broad. That's too broad of a niche. It's healthy eating tips for picky toddlers. So you are going to be talking to moms with toddlers or dads with toddlers. So that's a very narrow niche. Or here's the last one for an example: gluten-free meals that take less than 30 minutes to prepare. So very specific, not just, hey, here's how to make dinner in 30 minutes. No. This is gluten-free meals that take less than 30 minutes to prepare. So that's very specific. You're going to be talking to people who want gluten-free. So this is step 1. You're going to list 3 areas that you've either invested and have education in, or you are self-taught in this to where if somebody came up and said, I've never done that before, how do you do this? You could explain it to them. You could probably write them a little piece of paper on like a how-to or like steps to take. So start brainstorming on, okay, what are 3 areas that I have experience in, that I've educated myself in? And write those 3 areas down, and literally like get a notebook and write them down. And there might be more than 3, but then you can go back through and be like, no, that's not really something I could talk about. And you kind of want to think about it as you're looking at your list. Think about it as, do I like talking about this? Like maybe I have a lot of knowledge in this area, but do I like talking about it? So I'm going to write this up for you guys. I'm going to write this up and have you go through this clarity practice and help you get really specific on some things that you are passionate about. So I'll write this up and you guys can take the steps this week to work on this. This is like the only thing I want you to focus on for our next meeting. I know.
It's hard. I struggle with,
Yep.
honing in, with really focusing on that point. Like, I have opinions about different things.
Right. And so,
Um, I can share my thoughts about what I'm learning,
but
or
even like
maybe
Rhonda,
experience with advocacy or something like that.
right,
I
right,
mean, I just recently learned about low vision. So,
right.
and whoa, I mean, I'm still learning a lot about that.
Yeah. And Rhonda, maybe
I
you
don't know that I would
could,
want to share that yet. It's so hard for me.
right, right. And Rhonda, like, what is your major in? What's your major in from college? Right. Human service.
Advocacy,
Right.
human services,
Okay.
working with disabled people, really focusing on disabled people.
Right. Right.
I'm more familiar with deaf and hard of hearing.
Right. So here's an idea. And now I'm not saying that this is what you should go with. I'm just saying here's an idea. What if your niche was helping people find access to different resources in their area? So maybe okay, this is the best place to go. Share with me where you're at, and maybe I can help you find your contact and where to start. Especially like families who maybe they've given birth to a baby who has a disability and they have no idea where to start. So maybe that would be, you would be like, hey, I help new parents who have a brand new baby that happens to have a disability. I help you find resources in your local area. So that's just an example. I'm just kind of giving an example along those lines, but just start writing things down.
Well, I'm not familiar with children.
Right.
I'm familiar with adults.
Sure.
I mean, I'm always sharing, inspiring quotes and things like that, and just to be encouraging and to help motivate them.
Right.
Based on what I've learned,
and
different challenges or different obstacles.
Right. And
how
this
to
is where
remove those obstacles.
You're literally.
But I mean, even just something like the graphics, that's a hard focus.
So, but this is where you're just going to like open up a notebook and you're going to start, okay, what do I have education in? All right. So my major is this. What other education and just write it down, like get it out of your head and write it down. Write down what you have education in, what it's you've even self-taught yourself. Maybe you've read a bunch of books on gardening and about, whatever it is, just write down, okay, what have I read about? What do I enjoy reading? What do I enjoy, when I sit down to read, what am I reading about? When I watch a documentary or TV, what am I learning about? What do I know a lot about, have a lot of information about? Just brain dump onto some paper and start kind of thinking through. And then there's more steps. There's 2 more steps, because you're going to list areas your friends and family come to you for advice in? What kind of advice are people coming to you for, and what are they asking? And get really specific. And you can even get your husband involved, or like a good friend, and just be like, what if you were going to come to me for advice, what would you come to me about? And just kind of get really specific. And then the last thing is list things that you receive compliments for. Like, I don't know how you always make the most perfect birthday cake. You know, if somebody, whatever the compliments you get, what are the things that you get compliments for? And this is going to take some time. Like, it's going to take, okay, you're really going to have to, this is why I want to give you guys a whole week to where just be thinking about it all week, brain dump onto a notebook and start really looking at, okay, what are my strengths? What are my focuses? Where am I educated? And this is going to help so much with just some clarity, but it is going to take some time, and it's hard. It's hard, but you guys can do it. So I'm going to type this up and I'm going to put it in the chat, and I want you guys to work on that this week. Then the other thing I wanted to share about really quick, I just got off of the Zoom with Brenda, and we are going to be doing a new silver group. It's an accountability and a Silver in 7 chat. And I just posted about it in Team Fire. And basically it's going to be
Sorry
a very,
to interrupt. This is the interpreter. Can you say the title of that again, please?
yes, accountability and Silver in 7 chat. Yeah. So it's going to be a chat in Facebook, and we're going to do a simple accountability. And I've written it all up. So the accountability is we're going to post once a day. And this post can be Plexus related, either about products, a testimony, the business, or the post can simply be an engagement post to get people to engage on your Facebook page. So that's one. You're just going to post once a day. And then 2 messages, or 2 new contacts, rather, 2 new contacts a day. This can be Plexus related, or it can simply be relationship building, because that's a big part of what we do. We relationship build. So those are the 2 simple things that we're going to do. We're going to post once a day, have 2 new contacts a day. And then the last week in February, we're going to do a Silver in 7 challenge. And that's going to be very simple too. You're simply going to watch the video. It's going to be a 5 to 10 minute video. It's going to be posted every day. There's going to be 1 video every day. And then at the very end of the video will be a challenge. And so you're going to do that challenge that day. So it's going to be very simple. Like, you know, make your list of 20 people that you've been talking to this month, and we're going to, you know, work on some wording. So there's going to be different things that we do there. I am going to be doing the videos. I'm going to be working with Brandon, our interpreter. So the videos that we're going to be using in this challenge will be interpreted. So I'm opening this up to our team, and it's open to Team Fire. So there's going to be a lot of people in there, and there's only one rule. If you miss 2 days in a row of saying I'm done, or I did my IPA, if you miss 2 days in a row, then you get taken out of the chat. And it's nothing personal. It's just to keep everybody accountable. And then you can always jump in next month when we do it. But that's just, you know, it's just 2 days in a row. If you've not done anything, then we'll take you out of the chat and you can jump in next time. So this is starting February 7th, and the Silver in 7 challenge part of it will start on the 20th of February. So I would love for you guys to jump in on this. I think it's going to be great. And I think it's just going to boost our confidence and kind of get us back on track. The Silver in 7 is just going to have some encouragement and just some basic steps on how to become silver. And this is how we grow our team, by helping our team go silver. So my goal this year is to master this and to master making silvers and encouraging my team to go silver, and how to do that in a very simple way. And this is part of that. So that is starting on February 7th. So I'm really excited about it. And that is basically it. Those are the two things I had. I wanted to help you guys start narrowing down your niche. And so I'm going to type that up for you. And then I'm really excited about this silver group and getting our team involved so we can help our team go silver. Because I know there's a lot of ladies in our leader chat that want to go silver. They want to do this, but they kind of feel a little lost. So this is why I suggested this to Brenda, and she loved it. She was thinking the same thing. So we're just jumping in and going to do it. So I'm excited about that. But if you don't have any questions for me, I will let you go. I'll type this up in our chat, and you guys can take a look at it and start working on narrowing down your niche, and I'll help you guys figure that out. Yay.
Awesome. That sounds great.
All right. I will catch you next time, Rhonda, and I'll be in the chat soon and type that up for you guys so you can be working on it. All right.
All right.
I'll
Sounds
talk to you
good.
later.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.